I recall a saying, and I think it's either attributed to Abraham Lincoln or Mark Twain. I'm not sure which it is. And it goes something like, remain silent and let people think that you're a fool. Don't speak and remove all doubt. Basically says, if you keep quiet, people will only think that you're a fool. But when you start speaking, often it proves the fact that you actually are a fool. So sometimes it's better to stay quiet than to speak. And often we can, certainly myself, there are times when, I'm with certain people, and maybe I'm trying to impress them or something, I don't know, for some reason. And then because I'm doing that, then I start saying stuff that I regret. I think, why did I say that? That was idiotic. I should never have said that. And we end up, maybe it's just me being in a crowd or whatever, I don't know. But sometimes I start saying things which are just stupid. And we can all do that. It's part of life, I guess. But sometimes we can act in ways and speak in ways that we know are just, we see it in other people more than in ourselves. We see it in some people who, all they do is criticize. They've got nothing good to say about anybody. It's just, they're this person is that, this person is this, and there's nothing good in life, and there's nothing good in other people, and that's all that comes out from their mouths. And it's pretty bitter, dark stuff. Other people, their language is, how should we say, choice. It's not kind of, they swear a lot, and they use a lot of, how shall I describe this? Foul language, dirty talk, that sort of stuff. And that's what's coming out of their mouths all the time. Other people can be very gentle. And when I was in seminary, two things happened. One, a young seminarian came up to me and said, have you noticed so-and-so? I said, what about him? He never swears. Really? I never noticed. This seminarian never, ever swore. There's another guy that somebody pointed out to me. See so-and-so. He never, ever criticizes anyone. Never has a bad word to say about anybody. I'd never noticed that. But he never, ever did that. And Jesus here is, and the scripture here is talking about what comes out of our hearts. And we expect certain things from certain people. Seminarians, we would expect not to swear and not to criticize. Christians, we would expect not to swear, not to criticize. Often, however, and it's a big criticism that people make of Catholics, see those Catholics. They come to church on a Sunday, and then once they leave the church, they're doing this, they're saying that, they're behaving like this. What's that about? And you got to wonder, what is that about? If we're supposed to be Christians, then our behavior should be a certain way. And this is what Jesus is talking about when he's speaking about the blind leading the blind. The blind, he'd criticize the Pharisees. You remember the Pharisees? The Pharisees are the people who like dressing up as the good religious people. And they outwardly appeared to be good and religious, but inside there was just bitterness, there was anger, there was hate, and these people were trying to get rid of Jesus. They were blind, couldn't see, and the blind are those who cannot see God, those who do not understand the ways of God, who do not understand the way of love. The disciple is meant to be like his teacher. Who is our teacher? Who is our teacher? Our teacher is Jesus. That's who our teacher is. And so we are to be like our teacher. And so we fill ourselves with the stuff of Jesus. You guys, we've got 33, I think, here, young people who are preparing for confirmation. You're gonna sign this document here, and when you sign that document, you're saying, I want to prepare, I want to really enter into this preparation for confirmation. And the thing with confirmation isn't the goal. You know, you're preparing for confirmation, but confirmation is only the beginning. We're starting something with confirmation. And here you're saying, I want to prepare. I want to enter into this. I want to make this really something important. St. Paul tells us that we should fill our minds with everything that is good, everything that is true, everything that is noble, everything that can be thought of as virtuous and worthy of praise. Fill our minds with these things. You know, Jesus said, what's in the store of what's in here comes out here. And so we want to fill here with the good things, things that are true, noble, good, pure, that we love and honor. Really what we're saying is filling ourselves, our hearts, with Jesus. We want to put Jesus, who is the truth, at the center of our hearts. We want to put Jesus, who is the King, the noble one, into the center of our hearts. We want to put Jesus, who is the virtuous one, into the center of our hearts. That means reading scripture, praying, being around people who will encourage us in our faith. Jesus has this gift for us, so that when people meet us, when people encounter us, who are they encountering? But they're encountering Jesus, and they'll see that by the way we speak, by the way we act. Today you're starting something. It's not to be the end, but make the choice. This is what you're doing now. Make the choice for Jesus, to put him at the center of your lives, so that Mass, what we celebrate here, becomes the most important event of your week. So that prayer becomes the most important event of your day. Because in each of these, we encounter Jesus. In each of these, we fill ourselves, our minds and our hearts with him. And when we're filled with him, that comes out of our mouths in the way we speak and the way we act. And people will see that and be able to say, look how these Christians love one another.